Hey guys, it's Danny G, Northern Comfort Tarot, just stopping in to have a conversation with you guys and see where you guys are at this month. I'm just going to wait for people to come in, and I might pull some cards, I might not. I'm just really interested in where you guys are at and what you think about this, the energy of April that we're almost through. If no one shows up, well, that's okay too. Because it is the last Monday of this month. And just wait and see if the privacy, yeah, I am public. It's the last Monday of this month, and this month has been pretty fucking intense. Hey Aaron, how's it going? I'm just having a conversation with you guys to check in and see how life's been for you, and if you have any questions for me or anything you want to kind of hash out in front of everybody and gain some guidance on. I can even pull cards if you want some. But yeah, I'm really starting to feel a lot lighter in my life since the beginning of April. I had quite a bit of shit to let go of that I didn't even think that. Yeah, it's been intense as fuck. I didn't even think that I need to let go of, right? Like I thought that I was doing fine and the way I was going, and it just seems like the cards this month for my May projections has been on it's still been on releasing. There isn't no real good news. It's just been direction on how to get rid of the rest of the cobwebs inside your life to get to a place where the sun is brighter. And I don't even know, like from Aries to about, I'd say, Leo. Hey Christina, how's it going? From Aries to Leo, the readings were pretty much a transition from me doing the tarot card readings to my higher self taking over. I don't know if you've seen Cancer, but it was just like, I wasn't even there, man. I wasn't even there. Cancer, my higher self even was pretty much saying I'm on hiatus. I took a leave of absence. And it was true. I was just like truly letting go of all that I am and all of myself, and just letting spirit take over, take the wheel, and run with what the messages needed to come through. And the messages that have been coming through are pretty much diving deep into the leftovers of what needs to heal. And I've been wrestling with spirit. I've been saying, like, how come, like, all I want is some lighthearted messages to give to people, to inspire them. And I keep fucking grabbing the shovel and digging deeper into their lives, and really it's not all sunshine and roses that come out in my readings. It seems like it's more of giving the tools necessary to fucking shovel out more of the shit. So where is that guidance, that lightheartedness, like maybe, and at first I didn't want to read about love, but I would love to read about love now. It's just, oh man. And from what Spirit is saying through the cards is, you're almost there, we're almost there. We're almost at a point where we can actually step inside our own love and celebrate the fact that, we've gotten rid of that gnarly energy that we've built up over the fucking winter. And we'll be at a point where we can breathe again, but we just gotta, we just have this little much more to go. So I don't know if you've already kind of delved into the readings that I've been doing. I urge you, like, I've been taking quite a bit of of a step back to watch my own readings as they're being told, really. And I'm gonna have to do some replays just to kind of hone in on a few of the messages. And I think the messages that were really resonating with me were Virgo, Libra, and a bit of Scorpio as well. Was something, there's things that I'm going to need to rewind and watch on my own, because they're some pretty heavy shit. Some heavy shit that I seem to have glided or glanced over and just kind of put in my own dark corner, that really I should have paid attention to fucking dig out and just tear apart and burn a lot of that stuff that I've been holding on to. So I don't know. How are you guys making out, Aaron? Yeah, ask a question, Yasmin. Good to see you. Haven't seen you before on this channel, and I'm happy that I'm watching my channel grow quite a few times, or quite a few. I'm watching my channel grow before my eyes, and it's really oh my God, like it I'm watching people leave as well, but that's okay. Like if things don't resonate for you, it's not that you have to stay. And I truly do love all those subscribers that I have, but it's not like you guys have to stay. Ask away, Yasmin. How far away are you from meeting your soulmate? Oh my God, that's something similar to what I'd love to ask as well. Is, when are they coming back? Yeah, I'm feeling annoyed with the waiting too, but I thank you, Yasmin. I have been told that quite a few times. So how far are you on this wait? Well, bottom of the deck is shadow work. So I'm guessing that someone in the connection needs to really hone in on shadow work. That's pretty much the messages that have been coming through this month for all signs across the board. Hey, Cynthia, how's it going? But we've got vibrations, pride and ego, and surrender to the connection, or surrender to what. I'm going to hold these up for you. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them, but here, what I'll do is I'll change cameras and then I'll hold them up. So vibrations, raising your vibration, letting go of pride and ego. Oh, my arm's in the way. I'll just do one at a time. Raising your vibration is what's needed at this point in time. Letting go of pride and ego. It's a beautiful card too. Now this could be you, or this could be the one that you're thinking about, but you need to surrender to the connection and allow for this shadow work to take place. And if you pay attention, you'll also know that you're mirroring each other. And that's what's this pride and ego and this shadow work is really what's holding you back from union. The union card was in reverse. So take a new direction in your life. Really focus on, is there pride and ego that's in my life right now that I need to kind of get out of the way of this connection, and watch yourself manifest this connection before your eyes. Like, that's really what we're all trying to do right now, is naked 80s ladies. Yeah. That's what we're trying to do, is work through our own shit, because we know if we raise our vibrations, it also raises the vibrations of those that we care about. We can move forward that way. All the work that we need to do is work that's going to help them kind of raise their vibrations and move them forward and closer to us. If we're talking about soulmates or twin flames, or even the relationships that we have in our lives, like our grandparents or our mothers and fathers or our sisters and brothers. We have to raise our vibration to a point where they look at us and all they see is love and all they feel is love, and it really allows other people to look into their lives and say, man, she's all filled with love, even though her life is like total shit. She always seems to be loving, and caring, and that vibration about them is, what can I do to gain that in my life? Is really what people start saying. And through raising our vibration, we raise the vibration around others as well, and allow them that space to kind of, step into that love. It's all about the love, man. So thanks for the question. I'm hoping it helps you. I can't really come up with a date. Well, that's good, Yasmin. It's really good that you're working on yourself, because that's where we've got to spend time, the most time on, is letting go of that idea that, the cards are going to tell you, like, when. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Releasing karma or karmic partners, maybe enjoying the company of a soulmate for a while to raise your vibration up. Like, it's hard to, with tarot, to pinpoint a date and time. And the reason is our guides, in the state that they're in the vibration that they're in the ethers, it's not as dense as here. And it's like looking into, what they've told me is, it's like looking into a lake, and you can look at the bottom of the lake and you can think, oh, well, that's about 5 feet deep, but really when you jump in there, it's like 10, 15 feet deep, and you can't even reach the bottom. And it's because our universe is so dense. Our existence, there's so much density to our existence that time, when you're timeless, when you're in the timeless moments, it's hard to tell, because you're looking through water. It's like looking through water, and it just seems like it's closer than it appears. So when you're hoping for something to happen and you're wanting it to manifest, which I hope you're not hoping, because hoping kind of shows that there's lack in your life of that. It's going to take time, because we're in such a dense reality. So I hope that helps. Like, if a card comes up and it says spring or fall or whatever, then that's usually what the best that they can see. But even then, because they're looking into a dense kind of space and time, they're not bound by time, so it's harder for them to kind of give us that pinpoint. When we ask tarot about our twin flames' feelings, do you think it's connecting more with their 5D self versus 3D self? I think so, because really, Nicole, when we're talking, when we're looking for guidance, really it's our higher self that brings that guidance forward. We have guides around us, but the guides talk to our higher selves, and then our higher self relays the information back to us. Is truly how I think this works. So when we're talking about our twins, asking about our twins' feeling, really it's our twin that's in communication with our higher self. And from their higher self's perception is really, they're in tune with what's going on in their life, right? So you've got a few hands in the mix. So that's good, Yasmin. I'm glad. So their experience can kind of get muddled because their higher self knows what they need to accomplish to get to the next level. And they're staying hopeful, but they also, their 3D self has that level of, choosing their own way, their free will, right? So their higher self can stay within the vibration of trusting that, well, the guidance that we're giving them will lead them to here, but they also have, in the 3D, they also have their free will, which ego can get in the way of what the higher self is kind of showing them. And then they can choose a totally different thing. So it might take more time to get around, or it might take a tower moment that's given to kind of guide them back towards the option of moving forward and sticking to a timeline. But yeah, I'd say 5D is a big part of what we're asking for guidance, when we're asking for guidance about another person. Then we also have to think about our intention, because the guidance that we're given from source for another person might be something that our ego is asking for, and really those things are blocked, I find. What's up, Will? Nice to see you, bud. Just having conversation here, man. My internet seems to be working good, and I was just testing the waters to see what's up with everybody, because April's been pretty gnarly, and I'm just doing a check-in to see how everybody's feeling, and how the readings have been coming out, or pretty much been. We're on the precipice of. Dude, what's up, Jai? We're on the precipice of coming into our being, really. Yeah, you were just texting me a whole bunch. And I was looking down, and I was like, oh yeah, right on. Maybe she'll join us. But that's the reason why I wasn't texting you back. We're on the precipice of really overcoming what we've been working on. And it's a really cool time right now, because it's almost just like taking a broom and going around and hitting all the corners so that the cobwebs are cleared out. We're doing spring cleaning. It's not like we have a bunch of work to do to get to a point of manifesting in our life exactly what we need. We're doing amazing work. And what's been coming out in the cards for the beginning of May is really, there's a lot of messages there that I've taken to heart that I need to watch again, because it's resonating with me. And that's like, a lot of it's like Virgo, Libra, Scorpio messages that really I can take into my own life and really start to round the edges off, and sand a lot of the shit down that I can be ready for the base coat of what I need, of where I need to be in my life, if that makes sense. So check out the readings, check out more than just your signs, because it seems fucking super cool that we're on the verge of major breakthroughs just in time for summer. Teal Swan, yeah, I'll read. Check out Twin Flames and Soulmates. Do they exist? Teal Swan. Yeah, I did check that out, actually. And it gave me some hope. And you guys might want to check that out too, that video by Teal. She pretty much unmasks the idea that I'm not even going to speak about it. Just check it out. It's a really good video. Do they exist? Sorta, but it might surprise you on why they do exist. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Pretty exciting. I don't know if you want to share a bit, Jai, about that, but it's a touchy subject, and a lot of people hold on to the label twin flame. Really, I stand outside of it because it's more about the message to me, and the message about twins is more about self-exploration, more about digging deep into yourself, more about clearing out the bullshit and the beliefs that we've held out, letting go of the labels, even letting go of the twin flame label, and coming into more of a knowing and understanding of ourselves and the balance there within. Really, I think I checked that out in I think it was October that I really got into Teal Swan. She's an amazing woman. She's been through a lot of shit, and she has great insight from spirit on a multitude of topics. So it's been super cool talking with you guys. I don't know if you have any more questions, but it's awesome that my internet held up this much. Yeah, she's a beautiful spirit. I love her energy. And she's got a book that I'm trying to get through as well on really how to heal that your inner self, that inner child, that really is the root of a lot of the problems and stumbling blocks that we have in our lives. So it's too bad I can't take a caller, right, Jai? Like, to invite you in and we can just talk about this stuff. But I guess that's what conversations with spirit is all about too on Thursdays. Thursdays we have conversations with spirit. We're kind of the idea. The next topic is kind of open for discussion. If you guys have any idea on what we should talk about, you should absolutely check out what we already talked about. Twin Flames was the first episode. Lightworkers was the second episode. The third episode that aired last Thursday was about the law of attraction, and it just seems like everything that gets brought up is the information that comes out is totally invaluable. And if you haven't watched all three of them, I invite you to. They're on either of our channels, Channel for Grace or Northern Comfort Tarot. Check them out. They're super interesting. I'll guarantee you 100% that they're way better than watching the news. They're way more inspiring. You got any topics? Leave them in the comments. And how to bend a spoon with your mind. Man. Dude, that's some Matrix shit right there. Maybe we can talk about the Matrix and how it relates to this world, this plane that we're on. Because, I don't know, I never tried bending a spoon. It was never in my top things to do, top things to manifest. Maybe that's why I can't. But if you focus hard, man. The Matrix. Dude. I don't know. I'm being silly. But hey, it's time to be silly sometimes. It's nice to take that time to be silly. Oh, and it's nice to take the time to allow you guys to like congregate too. And that's what I like doing with these lives is give that space for people to kind of just show up for each other. We're Neo. We are. We have the ability to do and be and act in so many different ways. What's my sign, Yasmin? That's a good question. I'm a Gemini Cancer cusp. I was born on the 20th of June. What's your sign? That's my sun. My moon is Aries, and my rising is Cancer. So I got a whole lot of Cancer in my life. The Dude Abides. One of my favorite movies. That's one of my favorite movies, The Big Lebowski. Dude, that Chinaman pissed on my rug. You're a Sagittarius. I just put out Sagittarius's reading. Just now. Yeah, they're all out right now. Yeah, I'm hoping that the barking stops from Spirit. But really, they're trying to get us to a point of raising our vibration. You know, and a lot of that comes out in my readings. I look like a Cancer. He peed on my fucking rug, man. He peed on your rug. Shut up, Donnie. Yeah, no doubt. Sagittarius was, well, it's actually a blur to me right now. It seems like the more readings I do, the less I'm there for them. You know what I mean? Like, Cancer blew my mind away. Cancer blew my mind because, like, I don't know, my higher self just took over. I was on autopilot. I was just like, if you want to get through these, give her, because, like, I'm not really into it. And I was even talking in the third person. It was so fucking weird. But hey, when he wants to do the work, I'm willing to just like coast. It was interesting. I don't think it's happened to me a few times where I've just like, look, man, you know the words to this song, you just say them, and I'll just like hang out on the bench. I'll take the bench. Miss Joe's here. I still want to know why you feel cold or shake when you come in contact with someone else on the same vibration level, like when you're getting cards read by another person. Yeah, what Jai is saying is I get goosebumps when what I'm supposed to hear is coming through, like I'm getting goosebumps right now. It's breaking through the veil. And you get this undeniable sensation. It's like when you realize a synchronicity is a synchronicity, and what you're being told or what you're going through is really what you need to wake up to. And these goosebumps are signs that dude, did you pay attention? Because you need to fucking hear that. Or dude, did you pay attention? Because you need to go through that. You need to see that. That is some big time truth that it's like getting smacked in the face, but nicer. I love goosebumps. I think it's fucking perfect that we get them. You know, it's like a hug from the universe saying, I love you. Yeah, like I love how Jai said the truth shaking your fears away, because I know when I smudge with sage, it all the negative energy, I'll get goosebumps like crazy when the negative energy is shaking off of my body and out of my aura. It's cleansing, right? So really, to me, That's basically what's happening, is you're being cleansed from a lot of the shit that you don't need in your life through that truth. I can pull a card a new day, or William. I'll pull Angels and Ancestors card. How's that? Oh, of course it flew so far away. I got a feeling it's the drum. Nope. Sage, be devoted and committed. What's Jai got going on here? Yeah, well, when your teeth start chattering, that means for sure you're definitely getting messages. Shaking can also be bringing stuff up from the past trauma that is coming to the surface for you to heal. Sometimes it's because you're scared of what's coming up. I don't know if you watched my cancer reading, I was shaking, and he actually showed my hand, and I was like I was just giving her. And it's not that I was fearful that he took over. It was more of the giving myself that space to allow what was coming through, or him using me as a vessel to allow for the truth to kind of come forward for others. That was kind of scary. But by the end, I put my hand up, I think twice, and it was less shaky. And I could start to see that it wasn't about me. It was about the message being clear enough for those that needed to hear it, for that message to be said. You know what I mean? Hi, Erica. What's up? I got your comment the other day. It was great. I'm glad that these messages are here and helping people. That's why I do it. That's why I do what I do. And I love doing what I do. Someday I'm going to make a whole thing out of it. So the sage, be devoted and committed. There's a whole lot of green on this card, so I'm guessing it's not going to come through, but the sage represents the wise one within. When this card arises, it shows that you are preparing to become a great and insightful teacher to your peers. It guides you to take notes. As the wandering yogi is on this card, because your knowledge and life experiences can impart incredible insights to those with whom you come in contact. This card is also about observation and becoming more aware of who you are and all your inner workings, because that awareness can bring more clarity to your decisions. Devotion is a powerful energy. Right now, angels and ancestors want to acknowledge how committed you are to your growth. So they're understanding how committed we are to our growth. And I'm glad, because sometimes it makes, I feel like, man, do you really understand the amount of energy I'm putting in to everything that I do? Even reading cards takes an amazing amount of energy. And now they're acknowledging it, which is great. It's nice to be acknowledged. Your continued dedication to the aspect of your life has been recognized. And your understanding that you are not only a body, but also a soul is all you need to continue growing and expanding. The energy of oneness is offering itself to you now. And it's important you take some time to integrate it all so that you can be supported and guided by it. This is what the divine wants for you. Make a note of experiences or teachers making themselves known to you at this time, because you are going to share those teachings one day too. So be sensitive to all those goosebumps, because they're showing you that this is the guidance that you're seeking. Bam. Thanks, Will, for making me pull that card. It's an affirmation for me. Hey, Charlotte. Yeah, it's good to see you too. It's the first time seeing you here. I don't usually do lives because my internet sucks. And it's not like I'm not paying enough. I'm paying $100 a month, but it's just the service that comes to me. It's like irregular and shoddy. And, you know, some days it's worth taking a shot, and I'm glad I did today. I'm glad I got to spend some time with you guys. And for you guys to meet each other in the chat. This is our tribe. And our tribe deserves a place to come together and, you know, look for answers with each other and really celebrate our lives with each other. May I ask if you see anything coming for me in love in 2019? Well, there's always hope. We're only almost 5 months deep into it, but sure, I'll give it a go using the Romance Angels deck. So if there's any love to be had, it's going to come out. But there's also work that might need to be done too, so I can't say that it's all going to be roses and sunshine and rainbows and unicorns. Yeah, take a look at the fire. It's always going. Thank you for that, Sherry. I love my background too. It was the place where we camped out in 2017 on the shores of Lake Superior, eastern shores of Lake Superior, and it felt like home. We really made it home too. Well, it looks like you need to release your ex, Charlotte. I don't know if there's any ties that bind you, but you might want to cut some cords there. Do a cord cutting ceremony to release all those pains and you know, find out what you need to grow from that relationship. But we're asking for guidance on Charlotte's love life in 2019. Is there any messages regarding that? Is it going to happen? She's going to have a chance at love? I'm sure there's a chance at love. The subtleness, I think, is really what we need to pay attention to. Because not everybody is like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Up in your face, kind of, hey, baby, you want to come home with me tonight? You really want those people in your life? Not really. That's why I don't get out much. But that little glance at the corner of someone's eye that you catch at the last minute, oh, was that a flirtatious kind of glance? This could be the one. So keep an eye out. Stay sensitive to those little glances that you get from people. And you might have to reach out and spark up the conversation. You know what I mean? Step out of your comfort zone and think that, you know, maybe it has to be me that comes forward. Right on, Miss Joe. Oh, yeah, free yourself from all those things those misconceptions of, you know, are you worthy? Are you not worthy? Do you have what it takes from within to go and talk to that person that kind of winked at you in that split second, kind of caught your eye and your attention? Balance the scales. And you have the opportunity for love this year, but you have to stay sensitive to it. Hope that helps. Be vulnerable. Allow yourself, yeah, Erica, allow yourself to be vulnerable. For sure. Yeah, and you know what? Stay optimistic, Charlotte. You know, we all have the chance and we all are worthy of love. You know, but it really depends on where our vibration is at. Like right now I'm oozing love. I love everything that's in my life. I love all the work that I have to do in this house, because with all the work that I have to do, there's also all that appreciation for the efforts that I put into things, right? So all I got to do is start doing them in whatever little way it is, like sweeping the stairs. Shit's got to get done, man. So aside from that, I'm really glad everybody came out. I don't know how many people are in the room right now. 7 people watching right now. But I am so grateful that you guys came and spent as much time as you did with me. Because like I was feeling a little, not necessarily lonely, but I really wanted to share my vibration with you guys, and I really wanted to feel the energy from somebody today. And you guys were the ones that did it. You guys brought me that energy that I was seeking, and I love you, Cynthia. I love all you guys so much. And I'm glad we got to spend this time together. All I gotta say is all the readings should be out by tomorrow. I've got Capricorn to Pisces left to do for the beginning of May. And as an empath, how do you deal with other people's energies that are sad? I wear it on my face. Sad energies really through my entire life, that's where the comedian comes forward, right? And I become the comedian in order to turn that frown upside down. Because when people are laughing and smiling, even if it takes, turning myself into the object of comedy, making fun of myself, and I get that one little chuckle out of that person that just never smiles or is always kind of down in the dumps, that really raises the vibration of them, and that in turn raises my vibration, right? So comedy is really what helps the most. And I think most empaths, a lot of them get into being comedians. And dude, I don't know about you, but being an empath can be pretty fucking heavy at times. And like empaths that are comedians are probably the saddest people on the face of the planet. Because they deal with that energy in their lives so many, every day, that them changing their vibration to make people laugh, they're taking in a lot of that vibration as well. And if you don't let go of it, or you don't put up white lights to protect, like white or violet light to protect you, those bubbles, if you don't pay attention to protecting your energy, that energy can come in and sit with you, and then you're left feeling sad as well, and that can spread into areas of your life that just bring up darkness. So you have to allow yourself to shed that energy and let it flow through you, or protect yourself from it, and use comedy to uplift people, even if it means taking a stab at you. Like, who cares? I shed pretty much a lot of my ego through comedy. I don't have much to hold on to as far as boosting myself up. Like, I don't know. I don't see a point aside from shining my light and bringing that inner light that's within me to kind of help others to see their own inner light and recharge every day. Yeah. Pain gives us our dark sense of humor. Yeah. And sometimes I'm dark. I've got a dark sense of humor, but really oh, how do you say that? It's like making light of a shitty situation, you know. Every situation that we go through throughout the day, like me, I'm not one to be absolute positivity. I don't shine positivity throughout my entire life. You know, there are times when I'm dark and I feel dark, and it's okay to feel dark and it's okay to feel heavy, because those are the times that allow us to clear out the darkness within and allow light to come in, you know, and really lighten the load off of us. So everything's meant to be, even the sadness. We're meant to grieve. We're meant to partake in that, in crying, because what comes after crying? Relief, right? Right on, Sherry. I hope that helps. Yeah, and that too, Cynthia, acknowledging that the feelings aren't actually mine and releasing them and breathe and you know, even you can take a bath afterwards and release all that energy into the water. The water is there to cleanse you, you know, or even dipping your feet into the lake or a river or a stream and allowing it to flow out of you, or even earthing and allowing yourself to ground to the earth, to Mother Earth, is a good way of releasing that gross, stagnant energy. So I hope that helps. That was a good question. Super good. That's why I was a class clown when I was younger too. I should have grabbed some water. I'm going to end up probably cutting this short. If there any other questions that I can answer, I'd love to. Yeah, sarcasm's good. A lot of people say I have a really raunchy kind of sarcasm. That raunchy, I don't even know if that's the word. It's for certain people, because a lot of people, they just don't even understand what's the truth behind it. They can't even see the truth behind it because they're caught on vulgarities or whatever. But really, it's not meant to poke fun at the person. It can seem to poke fun at people, but it doesn't. It's really to poke fun at the circumstance and make light of it. That's the kind of sarcasm I use. Like, life isn't supposed to be taken seriously, honestly. Oh, I touched something and now I can't see my comments. Okay. Life is to be taken lightly, honestly. If you stay true to yourself and true to others, you know, you don't necessarily, there's a reason why I don't do up my top button. There's no need to do up your top button. I don't wear ties. There's no need to wear ties. Like, I think I emanate my exterior from what's within. You know, and sometimes I don't wear a smile. Most times I don't wear a smile. But if you truly know me, you know that I'm filled with love. You're back, Jai. That's okay. I was thinking about taking off. How do you know for sure if your feelings about others are real or imagined? Ooh, I'm getting that. Watch that Teal Swan video. I know it can happen when you come under the guise of like the twin flame thing. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, Shay. But the twin flame, there is a mysticism about it. We all want that other side of us that we're longing for, you know, that place that person that we can just like absolutely click with. But in most cases, we never get that, right? So it's something that keeps us wanting and in a lack mentality. So really, what do you feel emanating from your heart? Most of the time, it's an undeniable feeling of a connection that you have with someone. You don't have to put a label to it. You can just acknowledge that connection is there and love it, regardless of whatever it is. You don't need to know everything. And then they even, Creator even states, and I'm pretty sure it's in the Bible, where it's beyond our knowing what this world is all about. So just validate the connection, allow that connection to be there, and enjoy it. Just fuck labels, fuck understanding what it's there for, and just be in the moment and enjoy it and love it and nurture it. That's all that you're asked to do, is like just love it, and then when it leaves, give it a warm embrace and wish it well. But stay in the moment. Don't get caught up in what the future holds for it, because the future might not hold anything for it. It might just be a fleeting thing. Lower the expectation. Don't get caught up in expectations, because expectations can only dash your heart against the rocks and end up with a 3 of Swords card, where you're in heartbreak. And just allow it to be, and stay in that moment of what it is. And whether it's true or not, or whether it stays for the rest of this life, or it leaves in a fleeting moment, just honor it. Be a part of it. Enjoy it. That's all we can do, without putting a label to it. Do you find that as you awaken, that your circles of friends became smaller, and that you had less tolerance for most people who don't understand what you're going through? Sherry, that's an awesome fucking question, man. Yes. But even before my awakening, my circle became so small. I had best friends of like 20 to 30 years fall away. Like, just say, get out of my fucking house. They were just like, for such a petty reason, they were like, I don't want you in my life anymore. And I was like, damn. And I beat myself up over it, and I really didn't understand why. But what came to me through my ascension process, through my dark night of the soul, like, everyone left me. My job ended, and I was left in this depressive state of just like, my entire world is a tower moment. My entire world turned into a dark night of the soul, and like, where do I go from here? And really what it was a cleansing of all those that, because my vibration was raising, and I was ascending through all kinds of levels of teaching, that these people needed to fall away in order to allow my true self to flourish, and those in my tribe that were of a vibration, or whose vibrations were raising alongside mine, to come in and to nurture me, instead of me just wallowing in low vibe. So yeah, it's absolutely needed for that to happen. And even today, like, I it's not that I don't care for, or that I don't tolerate people of lesser vibration, but I do see them through X-ray eyes now. And I do see them for, okay, they're at this level, and you honor the level that they're at, because we're all on different levels and on our path. And this is a teaching that First Nations peoples of North America, or indigenous teachings, really talk about is honoring those that are on their path at whatever level. If you know if they're at a vibration where they're all caught up in sports and less caught up in inner work, well, then that's the vibration then they're at, you know, and allowing them to be in their state, that state, and loving them for that, even though you don't necessarily need them in your life because they don't serve you that much. That's okay too. And it's looking at them through unconditional love, and the eyes of and the filter of unconditional love that really you gain a sense of, you know, I might not be able to deal with what they're going through or the shit that they're trying to let go of through me as an empath, but I do love them, you know, for being a soul on this earth that is going through the stages that they need to go through to raise their vibration and raise the vibration of the planet as well. Their struggles are for us as well. Our struggles are for others. So we're all here working towards the similar goal of raising the vibration of the planet. Even though we have darkness as well that seems to be lowering the vibration of the planet, our light will outshine that. And one day they will awaken too on their path. That was what I was getting at. I'm letting go of someone. Makes me feel crazy to be so attached to someone. Yeah, and that, you know, working on your attachments is healing. You know, it's good that it's like being an alcoholic. It's good that you recognize that you have attachments to someone. Now, you know, how are you going to change your vibration to be more accepting of them and you, and then placing a boundary for yourself that you're like, well, you know, like I love them so much that I don't necessarily need to be with them to love them this much, is something, it's usually where I'd go. Because yeah, like Jai was saying, you know, wanting to be with somebody or being obsessed with somebody is definitely looking at it through an ego lens, and allowing that lust to come through is really like, who does that serve? Because the more you want someone and the more you act all fucking crazy and shit trying to pull them forward towards you, the more they're going to be like, damn man, that bitch is crazy, yo. I need to fucking steer clear of that shit. So dropping your ego, working out of your heart-centered energy is going to really move things forward if it was meant to be. But you need to allow it to, you know, maybe not be if that's what the divine is, you know. Yeah, and sometimes letting go is the hardest thing. You know, and really just letting it be, letting the connection be what it is all you can do. They have been around. How old were you when you discovered that you were an empath? Dude, wow, that's a really good question, because how I came about knowing that I was an empath was that I had this fucking really wild connection with this girl who we became best friends, and we acknowledged the connection that had happened over 10 years, but we just didn't know what it was. And as I was searching through Google, I was Googling, I found the twin flame teaching, and I was like, dude, this speaking some major shit on what we've been going through, and she might be my twin flame. Turns out she wasn't. She was just a catalyst for my awakening. And on the same page as that was written, the twin flame explanation was also, you might be an empath if, and there was some things I went through, and that was like, blew me away. And I was 38 when I actually put the name to what I was feeling. And that kind of scared me, but it also showed me exactly who I was throughout all the years of my life, and it showed me why I felt that way, why I wanted to take my uncle's tears away as he was burying his mother, why I just, those that truly hurt deeply, I asked God when I was a child to just let me bear some of that weight so that they don't feel so bad inside. So I knew I was different all my life, but I didn't know what that was until 38. 38, I think, was my awakening in 2012. So I've come a long way, and it took who I think is my twin flame now. After the first twin flame thing, I was like, fuck twin flame shit, it's all fucking bullshit. It's just meant to keep your vibration low and you in a wanting state. So I'm done. Fuck it. And I moved on. And this new relationship that took place, it was similar to the last one. It was like high vibe, and the energy between us was just like, what the fuck, man? Like, we could finish each other's sentences, and we just like glance at each other and know what we're thinking, and all this, mystical fucking shit. And but I was like done with the twin flame ship, right? I was like, whatever. So I just enjoyed her company, and we ended up becoming more than just friends. And it wasn't when I had to let go of someone that I absolutely loved so much with my entire heart and soul and being. I had to let her go because she was heading towards a dark place, and it was just something that my heart couldn't bear, that I let go of her, and I sent her out into the world to find herself and her own true being. And in the midst of my darkest hour and my tears, the twin flame teaching came back to me, and I was like, fucking shit. I tossed my twin flame out. I kicked her out of my fucking house. And it hurt me, but it also sent me through that journey of self-exploration. Whether she is or not, and I truly feel she is, but it doesn't even matter anymore. The label doesn't even matter anymore. It's really the raising of my vibration, and that in itself, I keep touching my mic, and that in itself, that's where I find comfort. And I know that I have a higher love inside of me to give. And really, I needed to give that to myself first. And not give it outside of myself. So, I don't know if that answers your question. I think I pretty much went fucking wide on that one. I'm trying to gain acceptance so I can release, and I'm seeing that I actually have unconditional love in my heart. Well, that's good. It's helping me to release, change, and moving forward. Yeah. Okay, Yasmin, I got that. Yeah, 38, dude. It's going to be so strange one day when people are like, shit, you're right. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you found truth in that, Shay. Yeah, Will, and people are going to look up to you. It's a gift, right? So they're gonna recognize that in you, that truth in you, and unconditional love in you, and that's really what magnetizes connections from people on the bus that tell you their life story. It's just it's that aura about us. You're 38 now, Shay. Well, congratulations. Happy birthday. The whole 6 months or so has been an awakening. How I keep my job, give thanks to the universe, to that one. Yeah, I know my awakening was easy and soft on me, but my ascension was a motherfucker. And it was a good thing that my job tossed me aside, because I kind of fell victim. Well, I'm not a victim. I'm not going to step into the victim mentality, but I had to go through some really depressing shit to really see to the depths of my being where I'm at, and work through a lot of the trauma of my past. I'm glad that I have this opportunity to reflect with you guys and really gain some healing, because I'm in a community of 1,100 people in the middle of the bush. And psychotherapy is not something that I can just go down the street and talk to a therapist about. So really the cards give me a lot of guidance, and talking with my tribe, really there's so much that we can share with each other to boost each other's stories up and allow the healing to come forward. Yeah, the twin flame thing, it's best to use it as a self-fulfilling prophecy, to raise your vibration up to that level, up to a new level, up to inner healing and working on yourself. That's where the message lies. The message doesn't lie on your other half. You can actually pretty much let them just go and do what they have to do, and do your own inner healing and stuff, and really feel into that. And that's what this is all about, is you raising your vibration. And as you raise your vibration, maybe they'll walk into your life someday again and say, dude, you will not believe the shit I've been through. And you both be two different people from when you first met. And you might actually have something in common, aside from energy. Yeah, a lot of people too that are in search of their true selves, and their true selves are really those children that we started out to be. The true essence. I wanted to be a fireman. Well, I should have maybe stuck to that plan. I didn't want to be a fireman, I'm just saying that, but celebrating that truth, that true self that we once were when we were children, and all the love that we enveloped and embraced, and it was unconditional because we didn't know that people were bad, or there were bad people out there, So getting back into a place while accepting that people are just the way they are because of their traumas from childhood, and they're all trying to find their way back to unconditional love, and being accepting of that is what we need to be. You're welcome, Erica. I'm grateful to have this opportunity to share. Yeah, and that's a good way to be, Will. You just be the peace that everyone else clings to. Be that guiding light to steer people away from the rocks. Be the lighthouse, dude. Good for you, Sherry. Sometimes you gotta fucking stick your neck out just for truth. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, we're not all perfect, Will. So when ego does pop its head out, you can kind of tame it And I know triggers are a great way to see ego's head pop out. You can be like, damn, dude, you need to calm down. And let the will to fucking step up. Yeah, I know some Tauruses that have trouble really looking at themselves. And I think, as we grow closer to knowing ourselves and allowing and accepting the shit that not necessarily we like about ourselves, but we'd like to change about ourselves, accepting that it's okay that we were like that once, but at least we want to change these things about ourselves, right? And celebrate that. Well, I'm glad you caught this live too, Shay. And I'm glad that I could be here, and I'm glad that Spirit kind of pushed me towards doing a live. Most of the times I can't get out. My internet sucks, so I'm really glad that I was gifted with this time to spend with you guys. Sounds good. Just post it down below, Will, in the description after the live for people to read. That'd be awesome, dude. What is my favorite tarot card? I love the Lovers, but really what popped into my mind the first was the Ace of Cups, because your cup has to overflow first. It has to be filled and overflowing. It reminds me of what I do when I just can't deal with shit in life. You know what I mean? It just becomes overwhelming, and I might break into a panic attack or what have you. And that's really, I take the time, I take some deep breaths, and I imagine my heart filling up with unconditional love. I pull that unconditional love from a source of, it could be the love you have for your children, or the love I have for my cat, or the love I have for another individual. And I allow that just to build up in my heart. And it's just like this warm, comforting feeling. And I allow it to overflow into my body, and then it'll flow outward from my body. And I just become that Ace of Cups that's just pouring. Water's pouring over the edges. And I think the Ace of Cups is my big one. I'm partial to the Star card. I feel like the Star card is me. So when it comes out in the readings, I'm like, that's me, man. I'm a bright, shining star. So, great questions, guys. It's been an hour and 14 minutes. Wow. I'm ready to eat. I don't know about you guys. I've been on for an hour and 14 minutes. But yeah, no worries, Ollie. I thank you so much for being here. And I thank you for subscribing to my channel. I got to see a lot of people today that I've never seen before. And I'm really thankful that you guys popped in and shared the space for a minute or two with me. That's what it's all about, is really giving thanks to all those new connections that are being made. And I love you guys for being a part of my life. And that should mean a lot to you, because my love is just unbelievable. Hey, Jill Joyner, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being a part of my life. And with that, I say namaste and take care of yourselves, and check out the videos that I've got for you. And I should be coming out with the last 3 tomorrow. So stay tuned. This Thursday coming up, we're going to do another Conversations with Spirit on Jai's channel for Grace. If you're not familiar with Jai's channel, go and like and subscribe her channel and hit the bell, because that's where we're doing it. We're going to rotate Conversations with Spirit from her channel and my channel. And Magi readings. That's coming. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen Sunday. It's going to be me, Jess, and I think, yeah, Jai and Jess this time, because we're just going to get sorted out with Aaron for the next episode. The details on internet and stuff, but check that out. That'll be Sunday. Everything usually happens around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Thursday, Conversations with Spirit, 9 Eastern Standard Time, and Sunday, Magi readings with me, Jai, and Jess from Whispers of Grace Healing LLC on YouTube. And with that, love you guys so much. Take care. Namaste.